Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Very happy to be with all of you. And especially very grateful to those devotees who have turned on their videos, showing their enthusiastic participation. Very grateful. We'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prakarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langaite Girim Yatkrapatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Sri Gurum Tarinam Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, thank you so much for coming this morning for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. And we are continuing from where we left yesterday. So we were discussing yesterday, don't miss the point. And today we are going to discuss what? Don't miss the point, part 2. We're just going to continue the same theme. Don't miss the point. So yesterday we saw a lot of philosophy about how one who lives in the bodily concept of life actually misses the point. Yes, and we should not be missing the point here. And as devotees, we can miss the point when we miss the goal. The goal behind every activity is actually to please Krishna. That is missing the point. Once, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he went to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, he went to Srila Prabhupada and said, Srila Prabhupada, you said Krishna consciousness is so easy. Yes, it's so very easy. What has happened? You told me it's easy, but then we are struggling so much. What about that? And Prabhupada said, when did I say it is easy? I said it is simple, but not easy. Yes. And the reason it is not easy, Krishna consciousness is easy, but it's not easy for us because we are living in a very complex age and have a very complicated mindset. This is why it is becoming very difficult for us. Otherwise, it is Krishna consciousness is simple for the simple. But it can be so simple that we can miss it. My spiritual master often says this. Krishna consciousness is so simple that it can really, we can miss it. And that's why, so that we don't miss the point, we request devotees to turn on the videos so that you don't miss the point. Right in the beginning of Bhagavatam, 88,000 sages, they all had assembled. And these 88,000 sages, they came and they had assembled right in the middle, in the center of the universe, called as Naimisharanya. And then they were performing a sacrifice, a 1,000-year-old sacrifice. Very good intentions. But these guys missed the point. They missed the point, and because of missing the point, the only one result of that sacrifice. What was the result? The result was their faces had turned black because of smoke. Hare Krishna. I can't turn the video because, okay, you're not feeling well. No problem. We will pray for you. So these guys missed the point. Karmanyas anasmin anasvase dhuma dhumratmatat bhavan apayayati govinda padasa padmasavam madhu. But as soon as they came in contact with Suta Goswami, they got the point. Yes. So association of devotees and this Srimad Bhagavatam class is very important every single day so that we don't miss the point. And as soon as they got the point, what happened to the sages of Naimisharanya? They said, Vayam tu na vitrupyama uttama shloka vikrame yachrinvatam rasajnana swadu swadu pade pade. They said we were wasting our time. We totally wasted our time in performing sacrifice. Our faces became black. But now since the time you're reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, we are developing so much of wonderful taste. Swadu, swadu, pade, pade. There is nectar at every single step. So they got the point. So, my dear devotees, the word of caution. If we are coming to the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion and we are feeling bored, we are feeling sleepy, we are feeling, oh, what's happening? We feel exhausted. We feel, when is it that this class is going to end? Or when this guy's throat is going to get choked? Let us leave, let him leave us before time. Then we are missing the point. A person who has caught the point will feel the taste of Srimad Bhagavatam at every step. So let's assess for oneself. Are we missing the point or are we catching the point? Reflect. Yes. Once, again, I want to tell you one more story. So today is going to be a little good warm up in the beginning before we go to purport. There was an old lady. This old lady was carrying huge, lot of bricks. She was a woodcutter. Somebody would cut the wood and she would transport the wood. And she had to work because she has to earn her daily bread. So she was working. So she was holding it. And one point of time, holding this particular stock of wood, the pain got so excruciating. Jesus cried out, Krishna, helplessly. The cry out to Krishna was so helpless. Krishna came. And as soon as Krishna came, she was happy. She was smiling. She had tears rolling down from her eyes. I said, Krishna, I just called. You came. Krishna said, your call was so helpless. I had to come. Please tell me, what can I do for you? I said, Krishna, you're so nice. You're so sweet. You're so merciful. I request you, please, Krishna, please take this stalk of wood from my right side and put it on my left side. I don't have the strength to do that. So Krishna did that. And he said, anything else? She told Krishna, God bless you. She's telling the God bless you. And she said, that's it. Thank you. You can go now. I'll call you when I need you. So what happened to this lady? She missed the point. She missed the point. She truly missed the point. There was this person who could have eliminated the pain of material existence altogether. And the very meaning of Krishna means one who attracts everybody and gives them transcendental pleasure and bliss. She lost that opportunity. Alas, missed the point. Right? Again, a story. Once upon a time, there was a king. This king was so happy. He was so happy because he got a child finally. He was trying for a long time to get a child. Finally, he got a child. He was so happy. He said, I'm going to go on the road. I'm going to go on the road without my chariot, without even my slippers, and I'll run. And the first three people I meet, I'll fulfill all their desires. So what happened? So this guy, the king ran and ran and he found one fellow. He said, I'm the king and I'm today very benevolent. I'll give you whatever you desire. Ask me. This man was a little startled. So he said, okay, you'll fulfill my any desire. Yes, one desire I'll fulfill. He said, oh, king, please give me your ring. King took the ring and gave it. Yes. Now you have to hear the story very attentively. I'm going to ask some questions. Then he further ran. He found the second guy. And he told the same thing to this guy. I'm so happy today. I'll give you everything. Please take it. Let me know. The second guy was also confused. He said, really? So he told king, you give me your all jewelry that you have. He gave him all the jewelry. And he was very happy. He went. And the king ran. And he went to third guy. This third guy was living in a very dilapidated home. Yes. And he also found that the road that he had was also had a lot of potholes. It was not a very good road. So that was the condition he was living in. Yes, this was the situation. And as soon as the king came there and asked, my dear person, tell me what should I do for you? This person said, he said that king, I want you to come to my home every day for dinner. And the king was, okay, all right, I'll come home every day for dinner. So later on, the king went and told the ministers that every day my dinner prasadam will be in that gentleman's home. The ministers did a little background check and they said, number one, he's jobless. Number two, the road to his home is very, very pathetic. Number three, he lives in a very dilapidated home. What to do? So the ministers thought for themselves, now the king is determined to go to his house. So people will start questioning, where is the king? Why is the king traveling to such a pathetic path? Why is the king going to this person's house? He's a nobody. Why the king is going to such a house which is in such a bad condition? It is not good for our king. So what the ministers did? The ministers decided to appoint this person as one of their ministers. So that even if king is going to somebody's house, nobody can question. This fellow is the minister. The ministers decided to make this path the most beautiful path in the city. Why? Because the king is going to travel on that path. People shouldn't question. And thirdly, the ministers decided to demolish his existing home and making it into a huge palace so that the king gets the palatial experience. So now you tell me, out of those three guys, who caught the point and who didn't get the point? So we should be like that third person who caught the point. The other two missed the point. We even in Vrindavan, Krishna and Balram were hungry. They sent the cowherd friends to these brahmanas who were performing the various yajnik sacrifices. Oh, Narayana, Swaha, Idam Brahma. They were reciting all mantras. These gopas came and said, Krishna and Balram are hungry. These brahmanas didn't even look at those gopas. They missed the point. They lost an opportunity to serve. On the other hand, when they just told their wives, the Yagnik Brahmanas, they cooked a very grand feast and ran and came to serve Krishna and Balram because they caught the point. Similarly, we see in Krishna Leela, Krishna entering Mathura. There was a washerman who had an opportunity to serve Krishna, but he missed the point. On the other hand, Ubja, Sudama the florist, they all served Krishna. They caught the point. Prahlad caught the point. Hiranyakashipu missed the point when he got the darshan of Narasimhadev. Vibhishan caught the point. Ravana missed the point. Pandavas caught the point. Kauravas missed the point. Yes, we see many times Bali caught the point. Indra missed the point. So we see here that there are people who regularly miss the point. In Shastras, give example of numerous examples of people who actually miss the point, and few of the examples of people who catch the point. So we have to we have to learn from both. We shouldn't miss the point, but we should catch the point. So now coming back to Srila Prabhupada's purport, I wanted to start off with a little rasa with all different leela. And then as and when we remember more examples, we will discuss. Don't worry. All right, Srila Prabhupada's purport, continuing from yesterday. Without knowing the need of the dormant soul, one cannot be happy simply with emolument of the body and mind. Yeah, this means you're simply caressing the body and mind. You cannot be happy because the body and the mind are but the superfluous outer coverings of the spirit soul. So once what happened? There was a person traveling on a road. He's traveling. Okay, the text is first canto, second chapter, eighth verse. We are discussing the same verses yesterday. We are just going through the purport that is left. So there was a man traveling on the road. Suddenly he heard a sound. Help me! Help me! He said, where is this coming from? So he saw there was a person drowning. Help me. And the person seemed to be a very rich person. And he had a very, very nice coat. Beautiful coat. So this person went and he took off his coat and let the drowned man. And then he wore the coat and went to his friend and said, see, today one man was drowning and I wore his coat. Yes, I got his coat. Yes, yes. The friend said, you're a fool. Had you saved that man, he would have given you 1,000 coats. You missed the point. Yes. So similarly, the body, the mind, these are all like those coats. Yes, we need to, it is important to save the person and the court. But we don't save the court and let the person die. So today's society, that's what they're doing. They're saving the court, not even saving the court. They're destroying the court and the demoniac society. They're destroying both, right? So the body and mind are simply outer coverings of the soul. But this is the real substance. Can I show you something? You have to guess what is there. Ready? One, two, and three. Haribol, what is this? Guess what's inside? Mm-hmm. Tell me quickly. You have three chances. Mahaprasad. Come on, I will not keep something that is not Mahaprasad. Sweets, oh, obvious sweets. Which sweet? Let's open it and see. This is wonderful laddus. Had you all come physically for Bhagavatam class, I'd have given you all laddus. I do that. I have that practice. And those who have diabetes, we have fruits also for them. So that's the benefit of attending Bhagavatam class physically. Please send. Yes, we are yet to invent a technology to transport prasadam online. But when we do invent, we'll let you know. And I guess I'm going to be the person to invent this technology because I have this desire. Whoever comes for my online class, I just press a button and Mahaprasad should go to them. I feel. I'll come in evening, save for me. Yes, yes, don't worry. I've huge stock of prasad. No problem. Okay. So why did I show you this box? Now, how will I take care of this box? Oh, I'll take care of this box very nicely. I'm going to, put it so well. I'm going to tape it. And anyone tries to come and barge against this box, hey, no, this is very valuable. But why is this box valuable? This box is valuable because it contains Mahaprasad. So imagine there is Neha is coming today. Neha Prabhu is coming today evening and she gets all the Mahaprasad. Right? Give it. And then Lord, what did I do? What would I do with this box? Any idea? What I do with the box? In every in-person Srimad Bhagavatam class will get it, yes. If you come in person, you get it every day. I ensure. I ensure everybody who comes for Mangalarti gets it. Everyone who comes for Bhagavatam gets prasad. That's on me. Recycled box. Yeah, that's what is the destination. Where are you right now? I'm in Manitoba, Central Canada. Winnipeg. Yes. So that's what happens. We throw the box. And that's similarly, this is the box. This has value. This box has value till the time this box is carrying the Mahaprasad soul. Soul is gone, there's no value. And it has value only because of the soul. We should remember this box example every time. Remember this. Yes, body is valuable, but till the time the soul is there. Soul is gone, the box is gone. All right, going on. The spirit soul's needs must be fulfilled. That's called a spirituality. What is spirituality? Why it has that fulfilling experience? Yenatma suprasidati. Why does it happen? Because spirituality means to feed the soul. What will happen if we bring a bird? We cleanse the cage of the bird, but don't feed the bird. The bird will eventually die. So today's society is ignorant. Why we call agyan? We call it ajnana timirandasya. We say ajnan or ignorance. Why we call it so? Because we don't know the need. First of all, we don't know who we are and we don't know our need. Right? Once upon a time, what happened? Yes, there was a person who was feeling a severe pain in the throat. Now you have to tell me. It's a question for you. Question. Be alert. He had severe pain in the throat. He was feeling thirsty. He was drinking water, but the thirst was not getting quenched. He again was drinking water, but thirst was not getting quenched. Still his throat was paining. He was feeling hiccups regularly. He's taking water, feeling hiccups, still feeling a lot of thirst, but still not able to quench his thirst despite drinking water. What happened? What went wrong? Any idea? What's wrong with this person? He's drinking water, but the thirst is not going. He drank 2 bottles of water, but the thirst didn't go. Why? Let me see. Who's going to give the answer? He was pouring. No, no, he was pouring it right into his mouth. He was not getting taste. No, water is always tasty. Raso hamapsu kaunteya. Krishna says he's the taste of water. He has taste for something else. Oh, you mean to say that? No, no, no. Water is water. No matter you take 2 bottles of ginger ale, Canada Dry, still water is water. Whenever I go to Calgary, they give a lot of ginger ale. Water is water. Arka Prabhu only typing. So as to save time. He was not swallowing. Ah, he was swallowing it very well. Everything was going well. It is getting absorbed in his body. Why it was not getting absorbed in his body? Neha Prabhu is coming close. I think she's very close to getting the sweet. He didn't have thirst in first place. No, he was very thirsty. He has health issue, no health issue, only thirst. Okay, I'll give the answer. He was actually feeling thirsty. Answer. This is a true thing. True thing. It happens. He was. It's a very simple situation, not a tricky question. He was feeling thirsty, but he was in sleep, and he was drinking water in his dreams. Hare Krishna. Happens to us. It happens to many. They keep drinking water, but still the thirst is not going because you are drinking water in your dreams. This material existence is a dream. And trying to do sense gratification is illusory dream doesn't actually quench the thirst. In reality, it does. Hare Krishna. My thirst is quenched now. Anyway, coming back to the point. Yes. One more example. I got a very amazing example. One more. So now, how are philanthropic people compared to this in this world? Usually, philanthropic people try to help, right? They try to help others. What is philanthropy? Anthropy means who are connected to humanity, and phil means to help, to benefit. So once there was a person who was getting, now you tell me, common sense. A person is getting a bad dream. Now, since we spoke about dreams, no, 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 leave me, leave me. He's sweating, and you're able to see that person is in pain. He's sweating, he's perspiring, he's gasping for air. No, no, no. What will you do? If you're if you're a true friend of this person, what will you do? This is very good. Wake him up. Hare Krishna. And sometimes waking him up means to be really strong. Hari Bol, Prabhu, Hari Bol. You shout, you scream, you hold that person's legs, hands, and shake that person. And the person wakes up. Where's the tiger? No, tiger is gone. There's no tiger. There was no tiger. It was in your dreams. But what are philanthropic people? Philanthropic people, they ask him, what happened? What happened? He says, tiger, there's tiger. So what the philanthropic people do is this philanthropic people take a stick, go near this person, and sleep beside this person. I will enter the dream of this person and drive away the tiger. That's what philanthropic people do. They try to take a stick and go and sleep beside. Will that work? You tell me. You go sleep beside. I'll beat the tiger in your dream. I'm coming to your dream. I'm coming, Prabhu. I'm coming. I'll come and beat. It is not going to work. So that is why the Bhagavatas, the Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as the devotees who are representing Bhagavatam are called as Bhagavatas. They are like alarms. They wake you up from the dream. उत्तिष्ठत जागृत प्राप्य वराणाम निबोधत शूरस्य धारा निशलद्दुरत्यया दुर्गम स्पतन्तस्कवयो वदन्ति. They wake you up. I'm going to take your question here, bro. I've seen your question. It's going to come in the end. We'll complete the purpose today. So the need of the spirit soul is that he wants to get out of the limited sphere of material bondage and fulfill his desire for complete freedom. Yes, we are actually meant to be free. I guess today is in a class of many examples. How many of you have done a sack race? Sack race? Done? Played at school or somewhere? Never? Okay, can you imagine doing a sack race? Okay, just imagine. You all on one side, we all have a race. Even I'm taking part in the race. You're all in sack, and I'm without a sack. And we have a race. Who's going to win? All of you, please point. Yes, even with the sack, I'll win. Don't worry. Anyways, right. So I'm going to win. Why am I going to win? How can you be so sure, even without the race happening? How can you be so sure that I'll win? Why? No sack means you're free. There's no bondage. That is how the soul is. The body is compared to that sack that saps the energy of soul. Yasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuki. The Bhagavatam describes this body like a sack, a bag. Kunapa means a sack. And what does a sack do? It slows you down. We feel, there's a lot of conditions to this body. We feel tired. We feel sleepy. We perspire. We get bored. So many things. But the soul is very active. Nahi kaschit chanamapi jatu tistatya karmakrit. Soul is a very active. That's why we say active principle. So without that bondage, without that sack, we're gonna go very fast. Right? And what are the anarthas compared to? Anarthas are compared to a backpack. Now imagine you are in a sack with a backpack. How do you feel? Happy? What does that backpack contain, Prabhu? Tell that. It contains heavy weight, big stones, all put inside. Oh, it's going to give us back pain and slow us down. This is why our japa feels very cumbersome because of that back. Yes, the backpack. The moment those anarthas are gone, you're relieved. Oh, come on, I didn't need those bags. Because why it's called anartha? Because they have no meaning. If those stones were diamonds, pearls, rubies, that's all great. We want such bags. We don't mind carrying even 100, 200 kilos. We can exceed our capacity when the stones are precious. Just like a mother. Mother can hold a child for a long time. Yes, a child may be 10 kilos. You can hold for a long time, but she cannot hold a 6 kilo bag for a long time. She has to keep it down or switch hands because it's a burden of love. Right? Something meaningful, we can hold it for a long time. Something that's meaningless is only painful. We'd like to keep it, throw it aside, cast it aside. That's how our japa is. Japa is like walking on a road. But when you walk with a bag and that too with a backpack, oh, at least get rid of the backpack and activate. The journey of Krishna consciousness is discover yourself. And that covering is gone. We live on a spiritual platform. Such a person is called as Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta, although having this material body, is actually on the platform of soul. Ihar hasya harir dasya karmana manasa gira nikilashu apayavistashu jivan muktastaduchyate. That's Jivan Mukta. He wants to get out of the covered walls of the greater universe. Even here, the universe also there's a covering. He wants free light and the spirit which is available in the spiritual world. The complete freedom is achieved when he meets the complete spirit, the personality of God. Yes, he's the person who's going to free you. So Krishna frees us from the Yamapash and Bhavapash. Pash means that ropes, which is binding us. And especially the rope that binds us is the three invisible ropes. There are three invisible ropes that are binding us. What are they? Anyone? Three invisible ropes that bind us. I've given you a hint. Yes, the three gunas. Because the very meaning of guna means a rope. Guna means qualities, and guna also means ropes. They are binding us. So this is called as Bhavapash. And there's Yamapash, when Yamadut, Yamakinkras, the servants of Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, they come, they pull out the soul using Yamapash. They take him out. So the moment there is a dormant affection for God within everyone, the spiritual existence is manifest through gross body and mind in the form of perverted affection for gross and subtle matter. As such, we all have love in our hearts. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabuna. But because of this covering, this lust, it's manifested as lust. It's manifested as lust. The love, same love is manifested as lust because of this covering. On the other hand, we remove this covering, there is no lust. It's only pure love that remains. Therefore, we have to engage ourselves in occupational engagements that will evoke our divine consciousness. And what is that occupation? So we have our occupation of going to work and earning money, getting checks. Yes, but we have to have one more important occupation. And that occupation is Shravanam and Kirtanam, which we do every day in the morning. This is the most important occupation before we go to our other occupation. Yes. That is why many devotees take a vow. They will listen to some Bhagavatam before going. They will chant at least some number of 8 to 10 number of rounds before going to work. They have such vows because this Ravanam and Kirtanam is the first occupation. And this is the business that we have to do first in the day. The first business is this. Then we go to the other business. And anyone who does this will be Krishna conscious throughout the business. Many times devotees say that, Prabhu, we go to work and we forget Krishna altogether. We do nonsense at work because the environment is so contaminating. Why? Why do we do that? Because we have not done our homework before going to work. And that is sadhana. How many of you have seen, and I don't know if Shakti, Mataji, Shakti Prabhu would know this. Have you heard of something called Chavan Prash? Oh, she knows it. Wow. It's nice. Then everybody else, you know it? There used to be a very famous Chavan Prash commercial ad. There is a person, there's a lad, young lad who used to always fall sick. Oh. So his mother gives him Chavanprash. He gives Chavanprash and he becomes very active. There is a kind of green aura that comes around him. And there's a guy who behind him he sneezes. He sneezes. And because of the green aura, it deflects off because of the Chavanprash. So doing this morning sadhana of Shravan and Kirtan is like that Chavanprash, morning Chavanprash that we are taking and going out to this material world. We take the Chavanprash and go, we will not be contaminated by the contamination of those anarthas of the material world. Yes. So we should be doing any occupational activity which does not, so we should not be doing anything which does not help one to achieve attachment for hearing and chanting the transcendental message of Lord. Otherwise, it is simply a waste of time. That's the verse. Now one may say, Prabhuji, but at the same time, Prabhu, we have our other duties. Yes, they don't give liberation to the soul. I'm not going to get liberated to soul by going to work, by doing business. No. But definitely, if we can engage the result of this work, what is the result of work? Yes, this is the result of work. This is the result of work. I don't know any other symbol. These are the two famous symbols, dollar and rupee. So when we engage this, the result, we engage this to enhance our Shravan and Kirtan. Then we don't miss the point. We get the point. Yes, we get the point. So our money should be engaged in enhancing the Shravan and Kirtan. We do this, wow. Then our work is worship. Because we are connected to the divine. Work is worship only when there is connection to the divine. The money goes in the propagation of Krishna consciousness, preaching mission. This is when the work is divine. Even the activities of Salvinists are considered to be useless because of their failure to pick up the fountainhead of all liberties. Yes. So even the Brahmavadis, Mayavadis, I would say, not Brahmavadis, Mayavadis. These guys, they miss the point. They are the most foolish people to miss the point. Because they get attracted to Brahma Jyoti, but the source of Brahma Jyoti is Krishna. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. So they get attracted to the light. But who is the source of light? That beautiful personality, that amazing personality, the embodiment of all bliss. Even Brahma Jyoti is that person's source. You miss the point. So Mayavadis don't want to serve Krishna. They want to become Krishna. So once upon a time, there was a farmer. This farmer had a hen who would give a golden egg every day. But he had to feed the hen. So this farmer thought, why do I have to feed the hen? I like the rear part of the hen, which gives the egg. I don't like the front part of the hen, so I'll cut it off. He cuts the throat of the hen. What's going to happen? Are you going to get the golden egg? No. So this is called as Ardha Kukuti Nyay. Ardha means half. Kukuti is hen. Nyay means logic. So this is called as half hen logic. Ardha Kukuti Nyay. You think that you cut the hen's throat, you don't have to feed the hen. No, no, that doesn't work like that. You cut the throat, it's gone. So what the Mayavadis do, they miss the point. They miss Krishna. And even the impersonal liberation cannot give them such foolishness. Even if he goes up to Swargaloka, he will find no permanent abode for this hankering soul. Yes, because you have to come back. Ah, Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino. There is no Krishna there. Wherever there is no Krishna, you miss the point. The hankering soul must be satisfied by the perfect scientific process of perfect devotional service. Bhakti. So somebody who comes to the conclusion Bhakti is everything. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. So somebody who considers Krishna is be all and end all of everything, that person has got the point. Everyone else has missed the point. So Brahmaji took 3 readings of the entire Vedas to come to conclusion. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Krishna consciousness has to be performed. Else we miss the point. Thank you so much, dear devotees. We'll have some question answers. I'll take the question in chat first. We say that we need to break from this loop of material things, but it is still emphasized on karma, studying, working for Krishna. Is it that we have to work and fulfill our duty, but not attached to them or their outcomes? We have to do our duty in such a way that we set a good example for people. People should see our good example and somehow get attracted to the process of Krishna consciousness. Power is such a wonderful employee. That's because I go to Krishna temple. That's because I chant Hare Krishna. If you chant Hare Krishna must be really good. All right, even we will chant Hare Krishna. This is why we work. We work to maintain our body and we work outside in the world to set a good example for people to come to Krishna consciousness. Fulfill bodily needs and to set good example to preach. This is real preaching. If there are no ideal grahasthas, there cannot be preaching. Only brahmacharis and sannyasis can't preach. We need ideal grahasthas who are ideal in material and spiritual life. They are the best preachers. Okay. But then doesn't that make it karma yoga, but we have to go do bhakti yoga? Yes, that's called as buddhi yoga. Krishna states, what is buddhi yoga? Buddhi yoga is a practical yoga for people, for the people of this world, where you do bhakti and also nishkama karma yoga. What is the meaning of that? Bhakti means 9 process of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasam, Sakyam, Atmanikirtanam. Nishkama, we are not attached to fruits. We don't work for fruits. Karma, yes, we do our job. And yoga means we offer the result to Krishna. We do it for Krishna's pleasure. So Nishkam results to Krishna is Nishkam actually. And we do it for Krishna's pleasure is yoga. Anything done for Krishna's pleasure is yoga. To connect to Krishna, that's our intention. And karma is our duties. So it is karma yoga. There is a component. Because you cannot give up this component artificially. Then you cannot do bhakti with a peaceful mind. Your mind will be very agitated. This component is required so that we do bhakti with a peaceful mind. Okay, Devija Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for this class. My question, Prabhuji, is how do we ensure that we don't miss the point? Sometimes we're so caught up in our material sufferings or our needs to meet our basic needs that we don't see the mercy that the Lord is giving us easily through Guru and others. And the example was that grandmother that you said that had a pile of sticks. She helplessly called for Krishna. So Krishna appeared, and Krishna only appears for those that have faith in him. So she did have faith in the Lord. However, what she asked for the Lord was the incorrect thing. So many of us were practicing this bhakti yoga. So we do have faith that Krishna is the supreme. However, we could also be caught up in situations like her, where the Lord appears in front of us. How do we ensure that we don't miss the point?
That's why we come Nityam Bhagavad Sevya. We come every day to the Bhagavatam class, which keeps hammering the same point. As such, we speak the same thing. We don't speak anything different. The whole purpose of Bhagavatam is so that we don't miss the point. So when we are in association of sincere Vaishnavas, we will not miss the point. Otherwise, if there is every possibility of us missing the point. So that is why we have to Sangir Shakti Kali Yuga. The strength in Kali Yuga is the sincere association. So we have to remain there, then we won't miss it. And we have to keep in touch with Bhagavatam and Bhagavatas. Book Bhagavat, person Bhagavat. We are in touch with them, we won't miss the point. I would like to take more questions, so I'll answer short. Jaya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Haribo. Yes.
Prabhuji, so adding to Devija Prabhu's question, my question is, like, when that old lady asked for Krishna, he came, but she missed the point. So she had faith. Why couldn't Krishna, ask her, like, is there anything else you need? Or, like,
He did.
give her. Okay.
He did.
Okay.
So there is a difference called Prayas and Shreyas. Okay, you can complete your question first. No worries.
No, Prabhuji, that was my
Yes.
question. And I saw, like, in Hindi we say ki wo Bhagwan Sadbuddhi de, right? Like, basically, give the
Yes,
itna,
proper
like,
intelligence, clear
proper
intelligence.
intelligence. Exactly. Yes.
I have a beautiful lecture of my spiritual master. He says, with sincerity comes clear intelligence. And what is sincerity? Sincerity means to take association, hearing and chanting in association of devotees very sincere. That gives clear intelligence. This lady couldn't have that because she didn't have the sadhu sadhana. So although Krishna came because of the helpless cry, but because of not being in such a sincere, had she been in sincere association, she would have immediately told Krishna, Krishna, I just want to serve you from here going forward. She would have caught the point, tatastu. She missed the point because that sincere association was not taken. Right? So it's a beautiful lecture. If you want, you can hear it. It says sincerity comes with sincerity comes clear intelligence. Arka Prabhu, I'll quickly take 1, 2, 3 questions. Rishikesh Prabhu. But then doesn't that make, who are pure bhaktas? There is one question, right? Oh, pure devotees, there also. Somebody who is buddhi yogi is a pure devotee. Just because one is having the karma component doesn't make one impure. Because that karma is also offered to Krishna, so that is also bhakti. But then doesn't that make one karma yogi? Yes, that's clear. Okay, so who are pure bhakti yogis? Yeah, I've answered that. Because Sarva Dharman Parityajya, also Dharman Parityajya means they have not given up the duty, they have given up the desire to enjoy fruits. Please read 18th chapter. I'll request you to read 18th chapter, verse number 1 to 12. That where Arjuna inquires about sannyas and tyag, renunciation. So Krishna very clearly says, you can read 18.6 and 9. That talks about renunciation and goodness, which means one gives up the sense of enjoyership and does the duty as a matter of, then one is a pure devotee. There's nothing wrong. So instead of thinking that I will work and get pleasure out of we have to think I can put my earnings in Krishna's service as much as, yes, I work for Krishna. That's the right understanding. Out of syllabus question. Today's appearance day of Tunga Vidyasakhi. You came as Tunga Vidyasakhi in Gaur Lila. You can refer to Gaur Ganodesh Deepika. Please elaborate on Buddhi Yoga with examples. Buddhi Yoga, Janak is an example of Buddhi Yoga. Krishna gives in the 3rd chapter, right? Loka Sangraha Evayam Astito Janakadaya. He's doing his duty at the same time pure bhakta. Janak Maharaj started his day with Bhagavatam. He used to hear Bhagavatam, he used to do his rounds, and then go for doing the duties of king. And again, in the end, again, he would conclude his day with Krishna. Amrish Maharaj is Buddhi Yogi. Everybody, all Rajarishis are Buddhi Yogis. They did their duty, and they were also pure bhaktas. Nice, Bhagyashree Mataji from USA. You've been consistently coming for our discussions. Where are you from in US? You can type that. Till then, I'll take the last question. Arka Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Yes.
my question is that if we, whatever we do in entire day, and at the end of the day, we offered that all of our works to the lotus feet of Krishna, so will that count as devotional service or
Yes,
not?
it is. It is. It is bhakti. We'd have to be very clear that we have to understand we are doing this activity for Krishna's pleasure. And even at the end, how to engage this fruit in Krishna's service. While we doing the activity, also think ourselves as a servant of Krishna. So we need to do the activity with attention, awareness, and absorption. Okay. So you're from Pune. Very nice. Michigan, I think Yugal Kishore Prabhu is there. Yeah, great. Wonderful. My obeisances. Thank you all dear devotees. It was wonderful. I went 3 minutes over time. I seek forgiveness for that. But nevertheless, we had a delightful discussion, and so we had today's delightful daily discussion, divine discussion. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Prabhupada. SK iPhone G. Can you reveal your name? If you're here. I like names more than riddles. Sonika ji, okay. Because my Karmi name was SK, Siddharth Krishna Kumar. That's why I was SK. I'm SDD, Sanatana Dharma Das. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.